Let me get comfortable. Let me get comfortable and talk to you guys. Hold on. Let me get comfortable and talk to you guys. Wait, I need some water. I'm really thirsty. Like, why is it the big gulp when you first drink water? It's like we don't know how to swallow or something, or maybe that's just me. Anyways, let me not prolong the video. But my Shaylas, welcome back, my Shaylas. You're not looking at my dogs, even though they're cute. But like, do you realize like sometimes you spend so much time in here, you forget what's going on over there, and that's what I mean by you spend so much time in your head that you forget the music is playing, and that's a real saying because you see, for me, it's like sometimes I'm thinking to this. I'm like I'll be in the shower or something, or I'll just be like going through my day to day, or I'm like sitting down like listening to music or getting ready, and I'll be like, oh, like this is my favorite song, like I put this song on, I let the song play, and then like I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking about everything going on, and then the song finishes and I'm like, wait, did the whole song play? I feel like someone has to relate to that, right? Like that can't only be me. Do I overthink that bad? And it's like it's times like that where I realize that I really do spend so much time in my head that I forget that there's more to life. There's more smiles. There's more beautiful things going on. Like there's so much going on outside of my head, outside of my room, just outside in general. But it's just that I spend so much time looking at these same walls thinking, rethinking every interaction that I've had, that I just live so much in my head. And sometimes I think the only time that I get to really vent is for these videos. But other than that, I really just sit there thinking. And I'm thinking and I'm thinking about everything, every interaction, what everything means. And then I go down paths of just, well, I course through everything. Like when one thought pops up, it leads me down trails leading me to the next and the next and the next and the next. And I'll just sit there and I'll think and I'll think. And sometimes at work, I'll just be quiet because I'm just in my head thinking and thinking about tomorrow and thinking about this. And the thing about it is like, sometimes I spend so much time in my head, it's to the point where I start to like want to predict what's going to happen tomorrow. And sometimes that leads me to thinking it's a bad thing in store. And then tomorrow comes and it's actually good. And I'm like, wow, you spend so much time overthinking it and thinking everything was going to be bad because it's just what you're used to. But now that tomorrow came and it's a beautiful smile in front of you, like you're shocked. And I am. And that's when I realized, like, I really do have to get out of my head sometimes. Like, I really have to just realize there's more to what's going on in my head. Like, what outside has in store, it's unpredictable, you know? As much as you try to think and try to make sense of things and think about how tomorrow's gonna go, at the end of the day, tomorrow will always be unpredictable. We don't know what's to come tomorrow, you know? And that's what's the beautiful thing about it. That regardless of the fact of no matter how much we think and try to understand and try to make sense of things and try to think ahead, when tomorrow comes, it's something new. And one thing about me is I love new things. So when tomorrow presents itself, it's sometimes good things and it's sometimes bad things, but nonetheless, something that's new is something that I love. And that's what makes you realize, like, you really do just have to get out of your head sometimes. You have to go outside and just breathe the air and look at the beautiful things around and the nature and, you know, the bugs and the animals sometimes. And really just realize, like, there's so much more going on. There's so much more to life. You know, when you're in one place, your head or your room, for example, you really do just, oh, my dogs. You really do just start to think like, this is like the only place I know. It's the only place I exist. But the minute you get outside, like you realize there's so much more to what's going on. And then that's when you start listening to the music again. And you start actually realizing, well, I was listening to a song that I love. And I love what that song comes with. That's why, you know, you really just have to get out of your head sometimes and realize that tomorrow you can think of what you want to do. You know, maybe clean your room or go for a walk or mow the grass. But you know, at the end of the day, you never know what's going to present itself at its doorsteps. You might wake up and you might just feel burned out. You might just feel drained. You know, you might feel like you're really tired today, and then you don't end up doing none of those things that you said you would. That's why you just have to let life take its course. You just have to take your times with things and just let time pass as it does, and realize that no matter how much we think of what's to come next, you just never know. You just really never know. And I'm a prime example of that. Like, I overthink, I'll admit it. Overthinking is a part of who I am, because I just have to make sense of things even when they don't make sense. And you know, sometimes I end up overthinking to the point where it does, but then sometimes I get to overthinking to the point where I start creating these false narratives in my head, and I start making up fake scenarios of what tomorrow could look like, and then it's just a whole nother thing, and I'm like, wow, like, this is nothing of what I imagined things to be. And you know, sometimes it makes me courageous and do things I didn't think I was going to do yesterday, but nonetheless, it's beautiful. Tomorrow's beautiful, and the music is bliss. Okay, so you have to realize, pay attention to the music, you know. Stop focusing so much what's in here, focus on what's out there, and I'm talking about in it. Okay, but I'm done for tonight. Like, I'm hot as a witch's coochie right now. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. And this ain't really doing nothing. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a lovely night, lovely morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And you know what? Keep letting that music play and pay attention to the words, okay? Good night, y'all.